Welcome, folks. I'm Mayor Pro Tem Bob Baker. We're here at another Around Town video in San Clemente. Today, it's October the 11th, 2015. We're at Park Semper Fi overlooking the ocean and the pier just below Casa Romanica. Got a wonderful ceremony for you today. It's going to be great. We're going to interview some folks later. A lot of Marine representatives are here to honor Park Semper Fi and its 10th anniversary. Thanks for joining us today.
Pray, Heavenly Father, as we gather this afternoon on another beautiful day here in Southern California, we come together to celebrate the 10th anniversary of this glorious monument that captures the hearts of all who served and is still serving in the greatest branch of military that the world has ever seen. The Governing Council and the citizens of San Clemente recognizes the sacrifices of those who have gone before us and those who still don a uniform that stands for freedom and for liberty. This monument is more than a beautiful statue. It is more than a section of earth that is dedicated to those who served. It is a place of honor and remembrance to the sacrifices throughout our history. So, Lord, as we celebrate the 10th anniversary of our Marine Corps monument, we thank everyone who is here today and everyone who continues to believe it's important that we should never forget those who serve. So now, Lord, may we continue to enjoy our afternoon together, and may you always bless our great nation, the people of San Clemente, and the United States Marine Corps. Suffer for this, Lord, and may the peace always be in our hearts. We ask this in your holy name. Amen.
Our Pledge of Allegiance today with General J.K. Davis, previous Assistant Commandant of the United States Marine Corps and a resident of San Clemente, and also George Key, also a resident of San Clemente, and the great-great-grandson of Francis Scott Key, who wrote the lyrics to the United States National Anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. Gentlemen.
Place your hand over your heart, face the colors, and join George and I in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Folks, we're here now with General J.K. Davis, famous Marine aviator, former Assistant Commandant of the Marine Corps, and one of the honored guests today along with George Key at Park Semper Fi. And General, thank you for your service, and tell us what your impressions were of the ceremony today, would you?
Well, I'm telling you, I've been to Semper Fi Park every year for all the programs, and this one today was really wonderful, especially the General O'Donoghue and the CO of the 169. So it was a great program, and what I liked about it is Wayne Eggleston finally got his due.
Wayne, I want to thank you personally for all the work you've done with Park Semper Fi. What a great place.
Thank you.
And what a terrific ceremony today.
Thank you very much.
Tell us a little bit about your ideas behind getting Park Semper Fi started.
Well, actually, it was not my original idea. It was an idea of at that time, he was a lieutenant colonel, and he's in Washington, D.C. We're walking around taking a look at various monuments, and he said, you ought to do something for San Clemente. So I came back, I talked to General J.K. Davis, San Clemente resident here, and put a group together, and very shortly we raised the money and designed it, and the city was gracious enough to have us have Park Semper Fi at the location where it's at right now. But because of a lot of volunteers and a lot of contractors, we were able to put it together very quickly, and it's been 10 years that we've had it, and so it's been a terrific thing. Today's national anthem will be sung by Megan Starr Levitt, who also sang the national anthem at our dedication 10 years ago. Megan?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, those broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Folks, we're honored to have with us today Colonel Stuart Navarre, who had a big part in getting Park Semper Fi off the ground 10 years ago. Stuart, would you talk to us a little bit about what you specifically did to help Park Semper Fi get started?
Well, the provided basically subject matter expertise to Wayne Eggleston as far as the Marine Corps goes. At the time, I was the commanding officer of the 5th Marine Regiment, which is based right at Camp Pendleton. And myself and my wife, Yana, supported Wayne's efforts and provided him with information as far as the Marine Corps goes, and had the Marine Corps involved in the creation of Park Semper Fi.
The one thing that's amazing to me about Park Semper Fi is having Camp Pendleton and the Marine Corps to our south has helped shape San Clemente in so many amazing ways. I can't picture San Clemente being any better of a place without Camp Pendleton and the Marine Corps being such a close neighbor to us. And it surprises me that it's taken almost 65 years for us to dedicate a monument of this type, this facility, in such a great location to the Marine Corps, to the men and women who sacrificed so much for our community and our country. I'd like to thank all the volunteers, all the donors, of course Wayne Eggleston for spearheading this and putting this all together. And before I step off the podium here, I'd just like to take an opportunity to remember two of our greatest members of our community. And the first one is Al Elo, retired police chief and former Marine, and Max Berg, retired city clerk and former Marine. So if you could bow your heads in a moment of silence and remember those two gentlemen. And with that, I would like to present this certificate of recognition to Wayne Eggleston on behalf of the City of San Clemente and the City Council. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Christy Kachigian with Senator Pat Bates, and I'm a member of a longtime San Clemente family, so I'm very proud to be here to present this certificate on behalf of the 10th anniversary of the Marine Monument. Congratulations, San Clemente and Wayne Eggleston, for everything you've done to honor our servicemen and women.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sharon Campbell on behalf of Assemblyman Bill Breaux. We want to present you with this assembly recognition for the 10th anniversary of this park, for all you have done for the men and women who have served our country, and to recognize that this monument will attest to the Corps' honor, courage, and commitment to the service of our nation forever. Thank you.
Supervisor Bartlett just wanted to thank everyone and you, Wayne, for inviting her to be here today to present a certificate of recognition in honor of the 10-year anniversary celebration of the Marine Monument in Semper Fi Park. This wonderful monument is a fitting tribute to the Corps' honor, courage, and commitment to our great nation. The board of the Heritage of the San Clemente Foundation and the community is to be commended for honoring our Marines with this monument as a reminder for future generations that their heroism will always be an important part of your heritage. As a former member of the Dana Point City Council, the Adopted Marines had a very special place in the hearts of the community of Dana Point and to Supervisor Bartlett. And now that she is supervisor, she's honored to continue the work and support of the brave men and women of our armed forces and their families. And now, without further ado, I would like to present this certificate of recognition to the Honorable Wayne Eggleston on behalf of Supervisor Bartlett.
Our guest speaker today is Major General Daniel J. O'Donohue. Sir, we're very honored to have you here today and welcome you to Park Semper Fi and to San Clemente. We do have his bio in the program, and so thank you very much for coming. Really appreciate it. Thank you, General.
Thank you so much.
Marines are charged to fight any time and place. You chose to be here today, and I can't thank you enough. Being a Marine is to serve something beyond yourself. It's common cause and it's shared sacrifice, and certainly we share a little bit of that with the heat today.
I'd like to ask you how it went for you today. You were the featured speaker there and gave a terrific speech, talked a lot about a lot of different things.
Right.
How did it go for you?
Okay. Hey, very moving for any Marine to come out to the community that supports them so well. We've been at this war for 14 years in San Clemente and the surrounding communities, but San Clemente, I think Dana Point were the first ones to provide direct support to the Marines that deploy and fight out of Camp Pendleton. And so grateful for the community support as we deploy, taking care of our families, taking care of our Marines who train so hard and deploy, fight and win in support of our communities. And there's a particular bond with San Clemente that we've had for 70 years, particularly in these last 14 years as we've gone to war. And so thank you so much.
This is truly a consecrated place, a hallowed place. This park is a spiritual center for both Marines and the San Clemente community who are so intimately joined in service and support. We owe a debt to the founders and designers of this monument, most prominently, Mr. Wayne Eggleston. And sir, if you come up, please. Loss of such magnificent and loving sons, daughters, husbands, wives, parents, brothers, and sisters is unimaginable. From that first sharp notification until today, these Gold Star families struggle with why. What could be worth a Marine showing no greater love in giving his life for his brother, especially with a family held so dear in his heart? This monument, your presence, our freedom, and the shared commitment to their memory is a living, vibrant testimony to the Gold Star families on the meaning of their loss. If you could, just a round of applause, please, for our Gold Star families.
With Victor Echo 01, Nepal. I myself do not have the appropriate words to describe the tragedy in Nepal, but we have with us today Lieutenant Colonel Powers, the commanding officer of HMLA 469. And then after Lieutenant Colonel Powers has some remarks, we will unveil a plaque that we placed here. And we want to thank the City of San Clemente. Thank you, Eric. The Heritage of San Clemente Foundation and the Marine Corps League for sponsoring the plaque. Lieutenant Colonel Powers.
Since San Clemente adopted our unit just a couple years ago, Marine Light Attack Helicopter Squadron 469, our call sign is Vengeance. When they adopted us, we adopted them right back. And we consider the citizens of San Clemente part of our extended Vengeance family because of how they take care of us. On April 25th of this year, a 7.8 magnitude earthquake struck Nepal, devastated much of their infrastructure in that third world country. Vengeance was called upon to support that stricken nation and tasked to use our helicopters to provide humanitarian assistance and disaster relief to the multitude of displaced Nepalis throughout the country. Many of them were cut off from supplies for days, weeks, had no food, no shelter, no electricity, and needed all kinds of support as they lived on the sides of the Himalayan mountains as tall as 15,000, 18,000 feet. While we were there, we were able to deliver 48 tons of food, blankets, and shelters to the remotest villages throughout the Dalaka provinces, which was tasked to the Marine Corps to support there with the JTF. One USAID worker estimated that the work done by HMLA 469 helped 10,000 people make their way through the devastating time and recover from losing their homes, their shelter, and their access to food and all the other amenities that they needed to live. But that support that we provided came at a tremendous cost to our nation and to Vengeance. On May 12th, one of those helicopters went down. They were conducting a casualty evacuation mission on the same day that a second high magnitude earthquake struck. As they were conducting that casualty evacuation mission, they were not able to make it back to base. That day we lost 4 Vengeance Marines, the crew of that aircraft. We lost 2 combat camera Marines that were documenting the efforts, and we lost 7 Nepali citizens, 2 security officers, and the 5 casualties that they were attempting to bring back to Kathmandu for support. We lost 4 of our family that day. Sergeant Eric Seaman, Sergeant Mark Johnson, Captain Chris Norgren, and Captain Dusty Lukasavich. The fact that our San Clemente family set aside the time for this is not lost on any of us. They died doing what they believed in, and they died doing something that they love to do. So that can't be lost as we unveil this beautiful memorial to our fallen heroes. We at Vengeance are honored by this tremendous gesture, and I thank you, San Clemente, for what you do for this opportunity, and I thank you for allowing us to honor our fallen heroes today.